Hello, I am Stop Loss Sammy, and today I'm going to teach you why losing is probably the best thing you can be doing right now in trading. Back when I was in high school, I was in a speech class. In this speech class, we had an assignment where we had to give like a 10-minute speech on just it was an informative speech. So you tell people about something, you teach them a lesson on whatever your topic you choose. And so in this speech, I talk about how losing is more than necessary for success. But I'm going to show you how that speech applies to trading. So right now you are starting off trading, learning confluences, studying ICT concepts with me. You might be blowing accounts, losing hundreds of dollars, just losing daily trades, and that sucks. But it's part of the process. You see, every single person you're thinking of right now, every successful person you're thinking of right now, TJR, FXLG trades, AVAL trades, PB trading, whoever you're thinking of in the trading space, they've went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of losses. Years of straight losing, getting nothing but losses from the market. Now you might be experiencing that right now, which granted, this time does suck. But this is where you're improving the most. See, in trading, a loss teaches you more than a win does. A loss makes you go back and analyze every single candlestick on most of the time frames just to see what went wrong in your trade. Now, like I said, trading does suck, and since birth, you're really taught that losing is bad. And since birth, you've been taught that just because you lose means you're like looked down upon, you're frowned on because you lost. But trading, that is the best thing for you. In trading, all these mentors that you're thinking of, you see a pattern. Loss, success. Now, you think out of 8 billion people in the world, you're going to be the one that goes win, 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 win? No. That's not a thing. You don't win. It's loss, success type of deal. Now, back to why it's better to lose as a whole is you learn from your mistakes. Every single time you wake up, you take a trade, 2 trades, 3 trades in a day, and you see losses and you see wins in that day. And you go through this is why journaling is so important as well. You go through each trade and you see what went wrong. I was obviously FOMO. I was fear of missing out on money. I was impatient. Not the same thing as fear of missing out. I had my stop loss too tight because I didn't want to lose money. My take profit wasn't high enough, so I only got X amount of money. I could have really gotten this amount of money. You see your trade, you analyze your trade, you go in depth in your trade, you study your trade, you see all the you see all the things you did right and all the things you did wrong. So I encourage you guys to journal your trades. Just simply take a screenshot of the trade, copy the trade down in the notebook, or you can take screenshots. And I know a lot of people do it on Notion now. I still do paper. You write down the time you entered, the confluences you used to enter, and your emotions during that trade. The emotions in your trade is probably the best part. Honestly, make sure you get your emotions because trading is I'd probably say like 80% psychology, 20 actual strategy. But if you are not if you lose in the market and you don't do any studying on your trade, you don't do any back testing on your strategy, you're not going to see improvement. Just because you stay up till 2 a.m. watching ICT concept videos and then you just go trade however you want to psychologically, you're not going to see much improvement at all. Trading is a psychological and strategic game. Mostly psychological. So if you're only focused on the strategic part, you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to get somewhere, don't get me wrong, but you're still missing that 80%. It's like going to the gym and yes, working hard in the gym is needed. But if you don't go home and get the right eats, if all you're doing is eating Gushers and Doritos, you're not going to see any, difference in your body if that's what you're doing. It's you work hard in the gym, and then you go and you get your nutrition rate. And then with those two combined, you see maximum gains in steroids. But it's the same thing with trading. If you're just taking the strategy game and not applying the psychological part, you're going to see no gains. You're not going to see any profits. It's a psychological game. But that's why I'm encouraging you guys so much on getting your psychology right. That's why I also release a lot of psychology videos along with strategic videos. A lot of people, and this is why I actually loved TGR back in the past, because a lot of people just let out strategy videos. But a lot of the strategy takes psychology. You have to have your mental right. If you and your girlfriend or boyfriend broke up yesterday, you're probably in the dumps maybe a little, or I don't know how, you should be in the dumps if you actually like them. But your psychology is gonna be messed up. You're gonna feel emotional. You're gonna be angry whenever you lose a trade. You're gonna be sad whenever you lose a trade, or you're gonna go flex your money whenever you win the trade, which is so corny, in my humble opinion. So I encourage you guys to lose. I love winning too. I love pushing myself. I love being the best at everything I can be. And whenever I lose, I get upset. I'm human too. I get upset as well. But if you just lose and you get upset, that's nothing. You don't get anything out of that besides you're actually losing your mind, actually. But it's whenever you lose and you work on that. Let's go back to let's go back to you had your stop loss too tight, whatever, okay? And then you don't realize, hey, maybe I should give my stop loss more wiggle room. Maybe I should go for a 2-to-1 trade rather than a 3-to-1 trade, you know? So you say that all in your head, but if you just keep going for 3-to-1 trades and you keep getting wicked out, you're going to go nowhere. You're just going to keep losing and losing and losing unless you take what you learn and you apply it to your trading. So I encourage you guys, and I'm not going to promise you guys in 6 months you're going to be a millionaire. I'm not going to do that because it's not true. It's most likely not true unless you've already been introduced to trading, unless you're like a psychological demon. But you're going to lose. The first few months you're going to be losing and losing and losing and losing. And I encourage you guys to not just lose, but see why you lost and work on why you lost. And then never make that mistake again. So let's say one day you have FOMO and you learn that trade, you learn how to deal with that psychologically, and you never make that mistake again. So you never have FOMO again. A tight stop loss next time, and you give your stop loss more wiggle room. That also helps. The psychology also helps with that. Boom, you fix another problem. Say you didn't wait for certain confluences, and you start practicing patience, even outside of trading. Boom, another problem fixed. You see, it's problem, fix problem, a problem, fix problem, problem, fix problem, and you keep going down the line, and so your trading is pretty much perfect. There's no perfect trader, but there's no strategy that gives you a 100% win rate. I'm not going to sit here and say ICT. I'm not going to sit here and say ICT is a 100% win rate, but it's just the best one that I've found, and the one that works for me, and the one I can deal with psychologically that I can help others with it as well. So lose, learn, and then adapt. Adapt and apply it to your strategy. And I'm not telling you guys all have to trade I'm not saying you guys all have to trade like me. So I encourage my students actually to spread their wings and find what's best for them. Because what's best for them might not be best for me. They might be bottom tickers who only can deal with losing $50 a day when I could lose 250 and just blank face I don't care. It's hard to say this because I know a lot of you guys are getting into trading for the money. But at some point, you guys have to have a shift in your mindset when the money doesn't even matter. A lot of as of recently, it hasn't even been money that I'm looking for. It's just been proving that I can do what 99% of men can't do. And doing that humbly and doing that for the glory of my God. Alright guys. Go lose. Go learn. Go adapt and apply that to your strategy. Stop loss Sammy day 14? I don't even know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Instagram, link in the description. Discord server, link in the description. I encourage you guys to go look at the server. It's doing really well. I'm active in there daily. My student is active in there daily, and we're looking for people that we can mentor. So please, go just give it a look, and I'm really available to call any time of the day. See you guys later. Y'all have a good one. Bye bye.